Good morning people, welcome back to another lockdown tutorial. So today we'll be discussing chapter 21, page 278. The chapter's name is Determination of Mean Proportion Geometrically. Yes, that's right, not algebraically, geometrically. Or in the same chapter we have another topic which is called to find the square root geometrically. So we have one method for both these conditions. So even if you have to find mean proportion geometrically or if you have to find the square root geometrically, the process is same. Okay, before we move further, let's try to understand what is a proportion. Just some basic ideas. What is a proportion? So I've written an expression out here: A is to B, double is to C is to D. So check my A and D. My A and D are called the extreme terms, and my B and C are called the mid terms. Okay, so if the product of the extreme terms, that means A and D, if the product of extreme terms is equal to the product of mid terms, then they are said to be in proportion. So before we construct a mean proportion, let's understand what's a proportion. So I've given you an expression out here: A is to B, double is to C is to D. Here A and D are the extreme terms, B and C are the mid terms. So if the product means multiplication. So if the product of extreme terms is equal to product of mid terms, then I can say they are said to be in proportion. So I've given you an example out here. Extreme terms, you can see it's A and D, and check the mid terms, it's B and C. So if I multiply the extreme terms and if I multiply the mid terms and if I see they are equal, then I can say they are in proportion. So let's take one example: 2 is to 3, double is to 4 is to 6. So here 2 is the first term, 3 is called the second term, 4 is called the third term, and 6 is called your fourth term. So again out here, 2 and 6 are your extreme terms, 3 and 4 are your mid terms. So I've written the extreme terms 2 and 6, and I've written the mid terms 3 and 4. Now I've found out the product of extreme terms. Product of extreme terms 2 and 6, which is 2 into 6 equals to 12, and product of mid terms 3 into 4 equals to 12. So I can see that the product of extreme terms and the product of mid terms are equal. Therefore I can say 2 is to 3, double is to 4 is to 6 is said to be in proportion. So just a basic idea on what is a proportion. Now let's try to understand what is a continued proportion, because from here I'll come to mean proportion. So now check the expression properly out here. If A is to B, double is to B is to C. Can you see this B is continued? Well, let's go back to the previous one. If you go back to the previous one, it was A is to B, double is to C is to D. Now I'm focusing on continued proportion. If I focus on continued proportion, you can see it is A is to B, double is to B is to C. You can see that the B is continued. So if I write it in this form, A by B equals to B by C, you can see out here the second term is repeated out here. So here I won't read this way: first, second, third, fourth. No, I won't read that way. I will read it first term, second term, and again second term and third term. That's how we'll read. So this is a continued proportion. So A is the first term, B is the second term, we have another B which is the second term, and C is a third term. So under this condition we can say your B, this B is the mean proportion. So our today's construction is on how to find the mean proportion, not algebraically but geometrically. Okay people, firstly I will tell you how to find mean proportion algebraically. So if the question is find the mean proportion algebraically of 9 and 4, how we solve that? I've taught you where does the mean proportion lie. Your mean proportion lies here. Can you see this? So our question tells you to find the mean proportion. So I'll assume my mean proportion as x. So let x be the mean proportion. So according to this which I've showed you, look out people precisely. So if x is the mean proportion, where will x take its place? Here. So find the mean proportion of 9 and 4. So let x be the mean proportion, and then x will take its place. 9 is to x, double is to x is to 4. Okay, so I can write it this way: 9 by x equals to x by 4. I'll cross multiply. You can write any one first. You can write this first, or you can write this on the left hand side or this on the left hand side. It does not matter. So 9 into 4 is 36, x into x is x square. You remove this square root in the next step, under root 36, which will give me 6. Yes. So now this value, this mean proportion of 9 and 4, which is 6, here we have calculated it algebraically. Now we need to calculate this one geometrically, and this is our basic task. This is what we need to do. Find the mean proportion of 9 and 4 geometrically. This is our target. Here I've solved it algebraically. So but here I need to solve this geometrically. Find the mean proportion of 9 and 4 geometrically. So let's do this. Okay, so people, let's find out the mean proportion of 9 and 4 geometrically. So draw samples of 9 centimeter and 4 centimeter. You can see my samples are ready. Draw a long line AX. Okay, the construction is very easy. Let's measure 9 centimeter. Dip your compass in A. Mark your 9 centimeter. Yes, my 9 centimeter is marked. Write B, and then the next line is 4 centimeter. Measure 4 centimeter. Okay, fine. So now I have my B and C. So your AB is 9 centimeter and your BC is 4 centimeter. As the step says, from AX, cut off AB equals to 9 centimeter and BC equals to 4 centimeter. So the first step is done. So now it says bisect the line segment AC at the point Y and draw a semicircle. So bisect the line segment, not AB, AC, at the point Y. That means it gets bisected at Y, and we need to draw a semicircle. So by now you all know how to draw a semicircle, and I've taught you all. Okay, let me keep the page in a good angle. Okay, so let's try bisecting our line segment AC. So this way it will be easy for me to use my compass. So take anything more than half. Up this more than half. It's more than enough. Make an arc here. Make an arc somewhere down. Okay, it goes down out here. I'm able to show it to you. It goes down out here. Okay. Now since I'm bisecting AC, keep my compass in C and bisect the top arc and bisect the down arc if I'm able to show you. Yes, I hope everyone can see this. Can you see both the meeting point of both arcs here? Okay, and here. Now since I'm trying to find the midpoint, I hope I can show you. Yes, I can show you both the arcs. So I'm bisecting the line segment. Yes, at the point Y. So name it Y. Okay, now what we need to do according to steps, bisect the line segment AC at the point Y and draw a semicircle. So let's draw a semicircle. So you can measure either YA or YC. Either YA or YC, same thing. Either you measure YA or YC. Okay, draw a semicircle. I hope I'm able to show you in my camera. Give me a minute if I show okay, fine. Okay, this way I'll be able to show it to you. So I'm drawing a semicircle. Yes, a perfect semicircle, you all can see it. So I've drawn a semicircle. Now, so with YA or YB, draw a semicircle. And now let's go to step number 4. It says draw a perpendicular at B which bisects the semicircle at P. So I need to draw a perpendicular at B. Perpendicular means 90 degree. Which 90 degree? So once I draw 90 degree out here, it will go this way, and the step says which bisects the semicircle at P. So let's draw a perpendicular at B which will bisect the semicircle at, what was the name given? P. Okay, so let's draw perpendicular at B. Perpendicular means 90 degree. By now I think you all are perfect in drawing 90 degree. Okay, so make sure your compass doesn't move when you draw 90 degree. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm drawing a 90 degree outer people. I've told you, under this camera setup I have to hold my compass this way. Never hold a compass this way. I've taught you the right way of holding a compass. Never ever hold this way. This is where you should hold a compass. but I said under the camera it's very difficult for me, so sometimes I hold compass in the wrong way. Don't get influenced with that. Okay, yes, let it be long, it does not matter. So what does the step say? Draw a perpendicular at B which bisects the semicircle at P, which bisects the semicircle at P. So I have, you can see that this perpendicular is bisecting it out here, P. So let's measure P, BP. You can see if I measure BP, I roughly got as 6. Oh my god, I got accurate. Therefore BP equals to 6 centimeter. Now what I want to show you out here is, geometrically we got the value of BP, or we found the mean proportion as 6 centimeter, right, approx. When algebraically also I showed you, algebraically what's the value of 9 and 4 algebraically out here, can you see? 6. And geometrically also I found out the value of 9 and 4 is 6. So this is how we determine mean proportion. You don't need to show algebraically. This one you don't need to show this, you don't need to show this. You just construct the mean proportional geometrically. So it's very easy. I hope you all can do it. So make sure you add your last step also. So you measured PB and you got 6 centimeter. So therefore PB equals to 6 centimeter is the required mean proportion. Do finish your steps till take it till number 5. Okay, so measure PB equals to 6 centimeter, right, approx out here. Therefore PB equals to 6 centimeter is the required mean proportion. So people, if you go to page 283 and if you see number 1 out there, chapter 21, it says find the mean proportion, and I've taught you how to find mean proportion. Now let's try to determine the square root geometrically. Okay people, so just now we've learned how to find mean proportion. Now the second one is to find the square root geometrically. As I've told you, the process is same for both the topics. So now let's try to find the square root geometrically. Okay, so let's take one question. Find the square root geometrically. The question might come this way, under root 16, or find the value of root 16 geometrically. Okay, so we know the answer. What's the value of root 16? Root 16 is 4, because 4 into 4 is 16. Okay, now we need to get that value 4 geometrically. Okay, so let's try solving. So let's break down root 16. So root 16 can be broken down into root 2 into 8, or you can write 4 into 4 also, or anything with some decimals also. So 16 means 2 into 8. So root 16, I broke down root 16 as root 2 into root 8. So now I'll take two line segments. Okay, this 2 and 8. So I have taken 2 centimeter, but don't write centimeter out here. You can write units, UNITS, and 8 units. Okay, so now these are the two line segments that I drawn as sample, 2 and 8. So my long line segment is ready. The whole process is same like before. So let's take any one. Okay, let me just put this under the board so that it does not move. I hope everyone is able to see. Okay, here we go. So 2 units. So my expected answer is how much? Root 16 is 4. So now I'll get that value of 4 using compass. Okay, like before. First point, name it B. How much? 2 centimeter. Let's take another one. 8. From B, not from A. No, not from A, from B. So this is C. So from B to C is 8 centimeter. Okay, now remember the process. The first step says from AX cut off AB equals to 2 centimeter and BC equals to 8 centimeter. Now your second step is bisect the line segment AC. What is the second step? Bisect the line segment AC at the point Y. So our second step is bisecting the line segment AC. So let's bisect the line segment AC. Always make a dot out so that your diagram is accurate. So take anything more than enough. Can you see this is more than enough? Can everyone see it's more than enough? Take it a little more, no issues. Okay, don't take this much. I can't say this is more than enough. More than enough purely. make an arc at the top, make an arc at the bottom, keep it in A, not B. No, A. We are bisecting AC. Okay, good. If it does not get bisected, can you see? It didn't get bisected. It's alright. Go back to C. That's where we started. Yes. Let me show you this. I'm so sorry I missed it. Okay. So it's the same diagram which I'm drawing right now. I just wanted to show that it's the same process for both the equation. So it's Y. So once we get the midpoint Y, either you measure YA or YC. Either you measure YA or YC, take anyone as the radius and draw a semicircle. So let's take YA. Can everyone see YA? I've taken YA. Okay, so let's draw a semicircle from YA. You can see, people, almost I missed it. It must come exactly out here. This is wrong. It must come exactly out here. Okay, so it's wrong out here, but let's continue with the diagram. As I've told you, with this camera setup, it's very difficult. So now what's the first step? From AX, cut off AB equals to 2 cm, BC equals to 8 cm. What is the second step? Bisect the line segment AC at the point Y. What is the third step? With YA or YC as radius, a semicircle is drawn. Now let's go to the another step. Draw a perpendicular on B. Draw a perpendicular on B. Perpendicular means what? 90 degree. So you all know how to draw 90 degree. Let's draw 90 degree on B. As I've told you, with this camera setup, it's very difficult because I need to show it to you all also. Okay. So what is my expected answer? You all know. My answer should be 4. Okay, let's name this as P. So the perpendicular meets the semicircle at the point P. Let's measure P. It's almost 4. Therefore BP equals to 4 cm. You must always conclude. Therefore root 16 equals to 4 cm. Yes, this is how we find square root. So either you find square root or it says mean proportion. The whole process is same. So your fifth step will be different. Measure PB equals to 4 units. Okay, we'll not write centimeter, I'm so sorry, units. So root 16 equals to 4. So that way only you can have another question. Find the square root of 31. Okay, or find the value of 31. Now look here, 16, you could break it down simply 2 into 8. But how will you break down 31? So whenever you get this kind of odd numbers, don't be confused. If you don't know simple multiplicative numbers, what you do is root 31, you break it down equals to, take one number as 5. You have to take one number as 5. It will make things easy. So what will be the other number is, you divide this quotient 31 by 5. 5 into 6 times is 30. 1 comes down, put a decimal, 0 comes down, 5 2s are 5 into 2 times 10. So another number will be 6.2. So you can clearly see 5 into 6.2 is 31. So whenever you get this kind of number for which you don't know the numbers which when multiplied will give you, so under those conditions take always one number as 5. It will make things easier for you. So if you go to page 283, you will see the first one is find the mean proportion, which we have already done. Second one is determine the square roots by geometric method. So for numbers, the first question is 7. So 7, either you break it down, 2 into 3.5 is 7, I know that. Or if you don't know that, take one number as 5. Then what will be the another number? Look out here, 5 into 1 times is 5. So the remainder is 2. Put a decimal, 0 comes here. 5 into 4 times is 20. So what will be the another number? 1.4. So you take two line segments 5 and 1.4. Take two line segments 5 and 1.4 and draw the same diagram. You'll get the square root of 7. So square root of 8. 8 means 2 into 4 times. So here it's not an issue. Now let's go to another odd number, 13. So whenever you see this kind of number for which you have no idea of the right numbers to multiply, take one number as 5, and what will be the another number out here? So 5 into 2 times is 10. Let's do this. 5 into 2 times is 10. 3 is the remainder. Put a decimal 0. 5 into 6 times is 30. So what's another number? 2.6. So please be careful with these kind of digits. 13, 7, don't confuse yourself. 31, don't confuse yourself. And then again, you have question number 3. Let us draw the square figures. Okay, you just need to find the square root that way only, in a similar way. Root 14 means what? 2 into 7. Or if you don't want to write this way, it's up to you. You either write 2 into 7, or you take one number as 5, divide and write the number yourself. Either you do it this way or this way, it's correct. 22 is 2 into 11. Or if you want to take one number as 5, divide 22 by 5 and see what will come. Next number is 31. We have already done 5, and another number you divide by 5. Divide 31 by 5, you will come to know. Okay, let's do another one, a very important one, number 4. Supposing you have a question as 2 root 7. So what will you do, or how will you do? 2 root 7. Relax. Please, this one is very much important. So this means this 2 has come out from here. Can you see this? So just because this is a pair, it comes out. So it becomes 2 root 7. So bring this 2 back into the square root. That means you'll have to write 2 2's. As a result, this becomes 7 into 2, 14, 14 into 2, 28. So 2 root 7 means 28. So as a result, this 28 can be broken down into, it's up to you. You can break it down either 14 into 2, or you can break it down 7 into 4. So do all these questions as your homework. You'll find these questions in a book in page 2. Okay, one last more example so that you don't get confused. So if the question is find the value of 3 root 5 geometrically, don't panic. So let's write 3 root 5. Again, make a square. This 5 will come in, and I've told you this 3 is a pair out here. So this 3 has come out from here as a pair. Okay, as a result, this becomes 5 3s are 15, 15 into 3 times 45. So now you can break this either 5 into 9. You can take this combination, or if you wish, you can take 3 into 15. You can take this combination, or you can take 1. Okay, no, we have already taken as 5. So see, any combination you wish to take, you'll get the value of 3 root 5 geometrically. Okay people, take care, stay safe.